the cradles of civilization, Miloshevo, all these places. But it's hard to know where to start.
Yeah.
And then in Belgrade, for example, where the theological faculty is, you have young people who are studying the Orthodox faith, studying theology. And I know that, for example, there, I would find people who feel exactly as I did when I began to live the monastic life.
You know why? Because they read in Belgrade very much Father Seraphim Rose books and his thoughts.
And so, maybe I would find right there people who would be lifelong friends. And I would also want to see some of the sites of the 1999 bombing. So I have it in my mind. This is what happened. This is what happens when you have unlimited power and no accountability on both sides. This is what happens. It ends up this destruction.
With wreaths of His Spirit enlightens you and me. With wreaths of His Spirit enlightens.
Jednu zanimljivu priču čuo sam od monaha Nikolaja, nekada njujorškog umetnika, danas stanovnika minijaturne kelije prepune retkih pravoslavnih knjiga iz svih krajeva sveta. Njegova kelija je u zidinama koje okružuju portu kao mala kula na manastirskoj kapiji. Otac Nikolaj prevodi sa nekoliko jezika, vrstan je stručnjak za staroslovenski jezik. Odmah nakon što je manastir Svetog Germana primljen u okrilje Srpske pravoslavne crkve, telefonom se javio predstavnik velike zajednice Srba negde u unutrašnjosti Amerike. Rekao je da je saznao da Srbi imaju jedan lep manastir na severu Kalifornije i da moli nekog od monaha tog manastira da za sledeći Vidovdan bude gost i održi im predavanje o kosovskom boju. Poziv je naravno prihvaćen, ali pošto su svi stanovnici manastira rođeni Amerikanci, niko u manastiru tada nije imao pojma o kosovskoj bitci, niti ko je car Lazar. Narednih meseci, sve do Vidovdana, otac Nikolaj čitao je samo o kosovskom boju i caru Lazaru, sve što je mogao da pronađe, i uspeo je na kraju da srpskim Amerikancima održi predavanje koje se pamti. Usput, on je preveo na engleski knjigu vladike Nikolaja o kosovskoj žrtvi i još neka dela iz ove oblasti. Zahvaljujući prevodima oca Nikolaja, manastir od tog vremena svakog 28. juna služi parastoskim vitezovima i svima koji su postradali za veru i otačestvo, za krst časni i slobodu zlatnu. Inače, otac Nikolaj poznat je među bratijom i po tome što ne voli da se fotografiše. Jedina njegova fotografija koja za sada postoji, baš zato istaknuta je na oglasnoj tabli u manastirskoj kancelariji.
For you, our faith in Him, and He will open paradise for you.
I think no one ever had prayed on these places in Belgrade that were born. Will you if you come?
Yes, it's very interesting. For example, when we heard we had some sort of message, or maybe it was an email, that a German ambassador was in Kragujevac with Bishop Jovan when they had the anniversary of the Nazi reprisals. And that's something, that's amazing. Things change. And, so much history has gone through there. World War II. We have this United States, of course, they have great honor for General Draža Mihailovich, who, interestingly, he was killed, executed, on the same day as the Russian Tsar Nicholas. It's the same day. And history, very few people know about him outside, other than Serbs. Here's a person who was, all the guilt for everything possible was pinned on him. He was made to look like like a scapegoat. Just like in the Old Testament, you have a scapegoat. And here's a person who's a hero. And in the United States, he's been, among the Serbs, he's been celebrated as a hero. And they were able to do the same thing in Serbia during the communist period. You couldn't do that. And so Serbia, even contemporary, modern Serbian culture is also part of the mission of our church. The young priests, the young seminarians come from the midst of that. And that's also where the famous Orthodox writers have written, and artists and iconographers, even the workshops now producing iconostasis and icons and things. And so this is the center of the Serbian Orthodox culture. So it's actually it's very important. So someday, when the right time comes, I will go.
Mighty bells gently resound, heralding the dearest voice, with the angels from the humble Christ now calls us to himself. With the angels from the humble Christ now calls us to himself. Bruje tiho zvučna zvona, javljajući mi o glas, ustavo pojzambo na Hristos sebi zove nas. Ustavo pojzambo na Hristos sebi zove nas. The bright heavens gloriously shine, hosts of angels gather in love, praising our sweetest Jesus. They fill heaven with their song, praising our sweetest Jesus. They fill heaven with their song. Milo nebo slavom blista, anđeli su svili hor, se proslavlja Boga Hrista, sav se hori rajski dvor. Se proslavlja Boga Hrista, sav se hori rajski dvor.
Would you like to come to Serbia one day?
Sure, I'd love to go to Serbia. Yeah.
Oh